how our lives are so silently designed that we get so little time.
Hello everyone, I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, your source for decrypting cryptocurrency. Today, I'm going to be taking a look at 6 tips for surviving a Bitcoin bear market. If the price has got you down, this list is for you. Number 1, figure out if you are a long or a short-term trader or investor and act accordingly. By short-term, I'm talking about days, weeks, months before you want to pull your money out, and by long-term, I mean years or maybe never. Bitcoin is still relatively young at 9 years old, and with immaturity comes wild fluctuations in price. Unless you've been living under a rock for the past year, you will have seen a lot of that. As a long-term thinker, you're going to have to learn to ignore a lot of these short-term price fluctuations and not let it impact how you act. If you're a short-term thinker, Bitcoin and cryptocurrency in general may not be the place for you. If you need to pull money out in the short term, you can't bank on the fact that Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies will be up when you need to do that. So it may be time to start considering not being in the space. Also, if you're a short-term thinker, the rest of this list will not be for you. So you may want to just turn off the video right now. This list is geared towards people that are looking at being in the space for the long term, for years to come, if not forever. Number 2, never invest money you can't afford to lose. Now this is a blanket statement across any investment. If you ever think that you will need the money you're about to invest again, don't invest it. Every investment carries risk and you are not guaranteed to see that money again. Now, on the other hand, if you have disposable income and you're okay with the risk versus the potential reward, then you may want to allocate a certain amount every week, every month to a certain asset that you have faith in. When it comes to Bitcoin, if you're a long-term thinker, as we pointed out before here, then these fluctuations in the short term may not bother you as much if it's money you could afford to lose. Number 3, hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. How do I prepare for the worst? Well, personally, I like to look at really bearish technical analysis. Now, why would I do that to myself? Well, the answer's pretty simple. If I sit in an echo chamber proclaiming moon and Lambos next week all the time, I'm going to be pretty upset when I see the price go in the opposite direction. However, if I have been looking at some bearish calls, I won't be as shocked when I see it happen eventually. So I like to kind of mentally prepare myself by looking at some potential negative outcomes. That way, when they come about, I have a cooler head and I can deal with it accordingly. Number 4, regularly ask yourself, what has changed? If you're an individual that got into this space strictly because you saw the price going up, it stands to reason that because you aren't familiar with the technology, the next time you see the price going down, you will be getting out of the market and with it losing a lot of your money. This is not a good position to be in. Conversely, if you're an individual that did some research and independently decided that the technology behind Bitcoin had some value, you will then be in a position to ask yourself, has the technology gotten worse? Has it been broken? Is it at the same place it was when you first started looking into it? Or has there been improvements and iterations on top of that? Beyond that, are more people familiar with it? Are less people familiar with it? Is something looking to take its place? What's the hash rate like? Is the network stronger or weaker than what it was when you started in Bitcoin? This may be shocking to hear, but the price and the technology itself are not always correlated. I'm still here, so I'll let you draw your own conclusions as to what I've decided in my head. Number 5, Know your history. Those that don't study history will be doomed to repeat it. So learn, go back. There's 9 years worth of Bitcoin to sift through. Learn what the price did. Learn what some of the major debates were and how they were resolved. Learn about how altcoins fared against Bitcoin in both bull and bear markets. Contrast, compare, come to your own conclusions. The more you learn, the more you know about the history, the better you'll be able to anticipate what comes next. And just a side note here, if you want a humorous view on some of Bitcoin's price history, I highly encourage you to check out a video by Alex Miller called "Don't Buy Bitcoin, It's Going to Crash." It's a good laugh. Finally, number 6, read, watch, test, and learn. Everybody loves learning about Bitcoin when the price is going up, but when the market tanks, everybody cuts their losses and gets out. You don't have to be that person. This is a great opportunity while people are focused on the price going down to learn as much as possible. You can keep your finger on the pulse of an entire industry and put yourself at a huge advantage over everyone that has stopped paying attention. There are tons of great books, YouTube channels, video tutorials, new apps to play with, brand new products to try. Dip your fingers in whatever you can get your hands on and be a sponge. I'm gonna put together a list in another video of great resources that you can go to start building your knowledge base. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe, drop a tip if you're able to, and share this video. Also, if you'd like to help the show in another way, check out my links down below where you can grab yourself a hardware wallet to secure your Bitcoin. I will see you guys next time on the BTC Sessions.
Catching light.